The Saints enter the NFL Draft with 6 picks. Barring a trade, the Saints will have a pick in the second round, no. 62 overall, 1 in the 5th round, 168, 2 in the 6th round, 177 and 202, and 2 in the 7th round, 231 and 244. How will the Saints use those picks when the draft rolls around on April 25 to 27 th? Leading up to the draft, we'll take a position-by-position look at the Saints roster and what direction they may take in the draft. We'll start with the position they need the least help with and work our way up to the biggest need. Saturday, we look at special teams. Special teams, simply put, the Saints don't need much help here. So don't expect them to draft a punter like they did in 2009 or a kicker like they did the year before that. They hit the jackpot with that punter they chose in the 5th round 9 years ago. Thomas Morstead is still around and has been as rock-solid as they come and one of the best in the game at his position. He signed a 5-year extension in March 2018, so the Saints won't be needing a punter for a while. Couple that with the team re-signing restricted free agent kicker Will Lutz to a 5-year deal last month, don't expect the Saints to be drafting a kicker either. By the way, the last time the Saints drafted a kicker was in 2008 when they picked Taylor Melhoff in the 6th round. Lutz, entering his 4th season, is coming off his best season yet. He converted 28 of 30 field goals and broke Morten Andersen's franchise record by making 26 consecutive field goals during one stretch. The team has already solidified other areas of special teams this offseason as well, re-signing Craig Robertson and Chris Banjo. Justin Hardy, who led the team in special teams tackles, is also back. And the team acquired return specialist Marcus Sherels from the Minnesota Vikings. Sherels was one of the best in the league in punt returns and should take over for a job previously held mostly by Tommy Lee Lewis, who signed with the Detroit Lions, and Alvin Kamara. Sherels averaged 12 yards per punt return last season in Minnesota. His longest was a 70-yarder. 9-year veteran had 6 punt returns of 20 yards or longer, tied for the second most in the league. The Saints' longest punt return last season was a 17-yard return by Lewis. The other changes to special teams came with the coaching staff. Darren Rizzi, who spent the past 10 seasons with the Dolphins, takes over as special teams coordinator and Phil Galliano will be his assistant. They replace Mike Westhoff, Bradford Banta and Kevin O'D. So the coaches have changed, and new pieces like Sherels have been added. But the core of Morstead, Lutz, Banjo, Robertson, Hardy and Hillel return, so the whole gang is back together and we'll see how the pieces fall going forward, Lutz said in March. But there is no drop-off. We get to pick up right where we left off, so it's exciting who they'll draft. Other than perhaps a defensive back or linebacker who could double as help on special teams, don't expect the Saints to use a pick on special teams. Follow Rod Walker on Twitter, @RodWalkerAdvocate.